Wizard101 dropped a new raid, which they usually do it during summertime. With alongside of that, we get raid gear, and the question always arises whenever a new raid comes out, hey, is this gear good? And it tends to be good as always. But I know a lot of people have asked me, whether it be in DMs or whether it be in the Discord or whether it be on stream, hey Almond, should I even do this raid? Is this gear even worth chasing? And the definitive answer is always yes. Now, of course, you can always wait for the packs to come out later down the line, which is another separate topic I do want to bring up in another video, but it's going to be good gear regardless. Now, there's two different pieces that drop from the raid. Well, there's technically only one that drops, but the other one that you can convert into, which is very similar to every other raid that we've had so far. So let's talk about the two sets that are dropped from the raid. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, this is the third time of me recording this because I said the wrong name twice, and one of the times I got the footage corrupted. So lovely. It's fine, y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. But anyways, there's two different sets that drop from the heap raid or gaslit conspiracy raid, whatever you want to call it, right? So the main set that drops from there that is going to be droppable from the fights is going to be called the crime fighter set. Just like how in the Azteca raid we had the Hun Hao gear drop from all the fights. But these sets are really good, and I'll explain why you should be doing the raid and why you should be farming all this stuff, including the pets as well. Let's talk about the sets and what they look like when you compare them to other sets that already exist in the game. So, Crime Fighter set is verbatim the exact same as Floormancer and the Hun Hao set at 170. Literally, the Floormancer set 170, Hun Hao 170, and the Shocking Crime Fighter set, or just in general, the crime fighting set in general, not specifically Storm 1, they'll have the same stats. There's no difference. The only thing that's different is item cards. Now, if you care about item cards and you are an item card person, then yes, you might see some value in certain pieces. Now, same thing with the other set that you can convert to as well. If you take a crime fighter piece and slot it into the vendor, you can convert it into a private eye set. Now, is private eye set good? Well, yes, it's the exact same as Fairy K from the packs, as well as Shabalba from the Crying Sky raid. Now, paying attention, you guys can realize, well, Almond, is there any reason to farm this if I already have Shabalba, or if I already have Fairy K? You know, if I don't need, you know, the private eye set, I already have Fairy K, I already have Shabalba. Or what if I already have Floormancer and Hun Hao? Do I need to farm the Crime Fighter set? And my answer is simply yes, you should be. Now, the reason being is the item cards are different, yes, but this heap raid will eventually get 180 upgrades. So that means anything that was from the Azteca raid will get power crept, because the fact is, those gear, like the pieces of gear that you get from the Crying Sky raid, will not have 180 gear. All that is just going to be going to the heap raid, and the heap raid will have 180 gear coming out, right, with the new world eventually, right? And this is a subjective opinion, but I do like the item cards on the amulets and the decks. Now, at the end of this video, you will see me quickly go over all the gear, so if you want to just go to that part of the video, you're completely valid to do that. But it's just whatever footage I had in test round. Maybe I'll do like a better video later down the line, but this is just whatever footage I had in test round. But of course, this gear will have upgrades. So that's the only thing that's making me say, hey, you should be farming this. And to be honest, this raid is way easier than the Azteca raid, in my opinion. Azteca raid, you have to have niche setups, niche builds, and it's more time consuming and requires 12 players. This new raid that's coming out, which I will make a guide for and everything like that, requires 8 people. It's way less people, and it's an easier raid, right? I think just hearing that makes people want to do the raid, because the fact is, oh, it's easier than Azteca? Oh, sure, why not, right? And the fact is, this, like, the pieces of gear that drop from this new raid are going to have upgrades, right? Now, look, if you still have Shabalba, Hun Hao gear, like the Floormancer stuff, the Fairy K stuff, does that mean it's game over, right? They'll still be good, right? It depends, right? Obviously, we don't know if Fairy K and will Floormancer, since they're both packs, will they have upgrades? Now, I can't give you guys a definitive answer, because I don't know if are they going to just release a 180 version of that pack in the future, or are they just going to put that template into a new pack and then just sell that, right? We don't know, I don't know, right? Anything is possible. But I do know for a fact that Shabalba and Hun Hao, those, like the pieces of gear that drop from that raid, will not have 180 upgrades, because they already had 170 upgrades. The original pieces were 160 and then they got upgraded to 170. So that's just how their whole spiel is. Yes, the item cards are different. Yes, some of the pieces from Shabalba will still be good in Hun Hao, because item cards, sometimes the jewel sockets are slightly better with certain setups, and there's many different arguments, right, that can be made. But overall, I think the flat out answer is you should be doing this raid regardless. It's an easier raid, right? And there's even pets that I haven't even started talking about, but it's an easier raid, 8 players, and just overall it's just better. And I really like the amulets. I really like the decks. The wands are kind of subjective, but you know, you're going to be using this because once 180 comes out, I'm going to be using the wands from this raid, I'm going to be using the amulets from the raid, and I'm going to be using the decks in all my builds. So when people ask me, you know, what are you going to be using on your 180 builds in the future, I'm going to be telling them straight up that I'm going to be using the Private Eye wands, Private Eye, maybe Crime Fighter amulets, and then same thing with the decks. I'll probably be using Private Eye as well. So it's just something I'm going to be putting out there, and you know, people always are going to be wondering where I'm getting all this gear. It's just from the raid. So hopefully I give you guys a better understanding, and yeah, of course, if you want to do the raid, I will make a guide in the future. Just hold off on it. I'm waiting for bugs to get fixed in the raid. But moving on from the sets, now that you guys understand what the gear is similar to, what sets, etc., right, and how they will work in the future, because hey, we will get 180 of this gear, but I just don't know when we will get pack variations that are 180. Probably not for a while, so don't expect it right away, and it's something that you have to be wary about. But let's move on to the pets that are dropped from this raid, because I do want to include those as well. And during one of our runs on the last bit of test realm, we did get some of the pets. We did get someone that had the ice pet and the fire pet, but I'm just going to go over all the pets in this one video as well, because it's important to include these, because yes, this video is targeted towards raid gear, but at the same time, the pets are really good, and I do recommend people get these as well. I've seen this comment tossed out, wow, cool pets, but they're from raids, it's unfair, etc. This raid is more forgiving. If I had to put this on a tier level of how easy it is, I would put it on the same level as Void Raid, because it's pretty easy. That is just my opinion, right? I mean, obviously once it comes to live realm, who knows, maybe they increase the health and add more difficulty to the bosses. Anything's possible, but I think at the moment it's like on the same level of Void Raid. That's just my take on it. But like I said, let's go over the pets. The pets are really nice. They all come with new talents, but we'll go over the elemental pets first, and then we'll move on to the spirit pets. There are no balanced pets from this raid. Kind of disappointing. I think their excuse was, hey, we don't have the art ready for the balance pet, which sucks. Even the raid boss doesn't even have his balance form anymore. It was completely scrapped, which kind of sucks. Because, I mean, you can tell that he doesn't have a balance sheet. He has every other cheat but balance. He has an attunement stone behind him that's balance. Doesn't have any of that. So it's kind of sad to see. So no balance pet. I mean, it's very possible they can add one in the future. I think they should. Realistically, Ki, if you're watching this video for some reason, please try to find a way and add a balance pet, because a lot of people would appreciate it. Just simply give it a balance blade, simply give it an Ellie blade, and simply give it a spirit blade. That will just make the whole community happy. That is my recommendation. If you do end up adding a balance pet, I don't know what model you would use, and you know, make it all black and white. I don't know which one you'd use. That's on you guys to find out. But if you're trying to figure out what to give it, literally balance blade, Ellie blade, spirit blade, easy peasy. But yeah, let's talk about the Ellie blades, or elemental pets, I mean. So the detective corgi that does get dropped from the raid, these are all pets that drop from the final boss, not the side boss. These are all from the final boss. The corgi gives you a balance blade, fire blade, and Ellie blade, and it's exclusive, so you can't hatch for it. Exclusive means that, hey, if I see somebody in the hatchery with this pet, I'm never going to get the body from them. I'll get the talents that they have on their pets, but I will never receive the pet body from them, which is, you know, so you have to do the raid realistically. But they do come with a new talent. The Detective Corgi comes with a will cast draw shatter, where it just gives it to you. I'm not too sure which shatter it gives you. I assume it's the advanced combat one, or like the usable one in advanced combat, where it gives you a removal of 3, but I'm not too sure because I wasn't able to unlock it in test realm, so not too sure. But the talents are okay on it, but we realistically care about the item cards on this pet, because 3 different blades is insane to even think about. And I'm definitely going to be going for all the pets that come in this raid. Now, if you look at the ice one gives you a will cast, draw, impair. New talent as well. Really good to see. I'm kind of intrigued on how this will work in certain raid strats and advanced content and PvE strats as well, because draw and pair sounds really nice. It comes with a balance blade, ice blade, and Ellie blade as well. Really good pet for ice. And if you look at the storm one, you get will cast draw purge. Purge is a really good spell as well, and it gives you an Ellie blade, a storm blade, and a balance blade. Really good pets. It's a really good move from KI to put these types of talents on a pet. All the pets that came out in this update are kind of insane, and yeah, there's going to be a lot of variety. I'm going to be making a lot of pets this update. I'm kind of worried for my snack and my crowns, but hey, we'll just have to see. Maybe I might do pet making streams where I just make like insane PvE pets with these talents, or these pet bodies, because it's something I might do realistically. Now let's talk about the spirit pets. So when it comes to the life pet, you do get draw shatter as well, and it does come with a balance blade, life blade, and a spirit blade. Pretty good regardless. These are all good pets, right? They all have the same talents, just your own school blade and your own Ellie blade, spirit blade, depending on your school. And if we move on to the ninja pig as well, it comes with draw purge, balance blade, myth blade, and spirit blade. And then we have the death pet, which is the hippo, which I'm kind of intrigued that they did a newer model for the pets. I feel like the hippo would have went to life, but I mean, hey, maybe they have their own decisions on what models they're going to be using. But I'm kind of intrigued that the hippo went to death. But yeah, you do get draw and pair on that, as well as your balance blade, death blade, and spirit blade. They're all 35 blades for your main school. No school gets an extra like 40% or like anything like that. They don't get like a 40% blade compared to like a different school. Everyone has the same percentages on their school blade and spirit blade, Ellie blade, and same thing with the balance blade. It's all fair and balanced in that sort of way, but still very interesting to see. Regardless, I do like these pets. I'm going for all of them. I'm like, it's just no or anything like that. I'm literally gonna be going for all these pets. They're all good in their own right, so I recommend that you get them from the raid. I know some people are gonna have their own issues by saying, hey, this is from a raid, it's unfair, etc., but realistically this raid is not that hard. And if you are struggling to get people to do raids, you guys can always try to join mine. I do have my own guild, which I like say on stream and stuff like that. So if you are willing to learn, if you want to learn how to do the new raid, of course I will make a video, but so if you want to do it in your own guild, you can always watch the video, right? But if you do want to do it in my guild, you're more than welcome to. There is guild applications in my server if you want to join my guild. But that is it from me. You guys let me know your thoughts and opinions on the raid gear and the raid pets. I think overall it's good. This raid gear is going to last 2 years realistically. That's how it always is. Every raid gear piece usually lasts up to 2 years, at least specifically the template. It lasts up to 2 years, and then they replace it with a different raid that has like another thing, you know what I mean? So be on the lookout for this gear. Definitely do the raid and everything like that. And yeah, and at the end of this video you guys will see me quickly go over all the gear in test realm. So if you want to look at specific stats, you can, but like I said, it's just the same stats as Hunhound Shabalba template. So if you just want to just look at that, that's completely fine too. Maybe you care about the item cards, go for it. But as I said, the amulets are good because they give a school blade, and then the other template I believe gives like an Ellie blade or spirit blade depending on your school. But balance doesn't get a good spell in my opinion on their amulets, so it's kind of doo-doo. Just because, at least for PvE, I don't think it was that great. But regardless, I'll probably be using all the decks that are, I believe, Crime Fighter. I don't want to mix up these templates again just because there's so many templates that I have to have memorized. But I probably will be using, yeah, I'll probably be using Crime Fighter or maybe Private Eye, depends. But I'll probably be using Private Eye now I think about it. I'll probably be using Private Eye decks. And then wands and amulets on all my characters for 180 whenever 180 comes out. That is most likely going to be my plan, because they tend to give the wands 1 extra pierce depending on your school at 180 or just 170 in general. They just do that, so I might be using that. And then the amulets and decks are all just overall good in my opinion. But that is it for me. Leave a like, subscribe, all type of stuff. Don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think of the video, as well as the gear and the pets. Is this going to be something that you guys grind for? I'm actually kind of curious. And yeah, that's about it. So talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.